introducing me. I'm Renata Danielienė from Lithuania.
I was close.
I know. This, I'm CEO of Information Technologies Institute, which is responsible for European Computer Driving Licensee certification in Lithuania. Also, I am Vice Chairman of Lithuanian Computer Society, and here I am as Young Advisor of Nelly Cruz. And firstly, I would like to introduce you a little bit about Young Advisors and what they are doing. Young Advisors were selected, were nominated by Nelly Cruz, and some of them were delegated by organizations, for example, Lithuanian Computer Societies, associations, and so on. Currently, there are about 24 young advisors from different countries and from different areas, sectors, and young advisors advises Vice President on different aspects relevant to the digital agenda for Europe. Also, they contribute to implementation of digital agenda. Young advisors participate in various events, and today I'm participating here, and I will introduce you a little bit about youth employment and unemployment in Europe. Give some statistics and show current situation and introduce some topics that we will have during our discussion groups. According to the newest quarterly review publication of European employment and social situation, employment increased in most European member states in the first quarter of 2014. It increased in 18 member states, while it decreased in 5. Data available from 25 member states. This is an improvement according compared to last quarter of 2013, when only 15 member states recorded the increase in employment. Employment is recovering across a wide range of sectors, moderately in industry and more in service sector, where it is one of the rise in market and non-market services, especially in sectors employing a skilled labor force. During the year of the first quarter of 2014, employment increased mostly in knowledge-intensive service sectors, such as professional and scientific activities, public administration, arts and entertainment, human health, social networks activities, and information and communication. Then, unemployment rate in Europe is gradually falling from a high level, and youth unemployment is one of the most urgent problems facing in Europe, with the youth unemployment rate more than double that for a whole population. In many countries, member states, this problem is not a new problem. So what situation we have with youth unemployment? Even in recent years, as employment fell sharply, over 100,000 new ICT jobs were being created. Not just any jobs, but among the best paid in Europe. With demand for specialists rising approximately 3% per year, no other kind of jobs even comes close. And soon, as you know, Europe could face a shortage of close to 1 million of ICT professionals. And youth unemployment is a priority of Commission since the crisis has hit youth unemployment most. there are about 5 million unemployed youth in the Europe. And if you include not employed, not in education, and not in training, it could be about 7 million. In some countries, especially in Southern European countries, youth unemployment is about 40 or maybe 50%. So it is very big problem. The potential of job mobility to help tackle youth unemployment could be developed. The workforce in employment in the Europe is around 216 million persons, of which only 7 million are working in another member states. Europe's survey shows that young people are the group most likely to be mobile. The situation is clearly unacceptable. This is why the Commission has been working with member states to tackle youth unemployment. Employers suggested that one of the key issues in area of unemployment was that young people do not have the basic skills to take available jobs. Marks and Spencer said, "We are seeing schools leavers lacking basic employability skills. For example, communication, self-esteem, confidence." In this communication, an agenda for new skills and jobs, the European Commission said that there is a persistent mismatch between skills available and needs of the labor markets across the Europe. It outlined a number of different types of mismatch, where we're broadly grouped around two main concepts: as skill deficits, where workers' skills did not meet the requirements of the job, and overskilling, where workers' skills exceed those required by the job. Research shows that youth unemployment can result in permanent scares, such as increased risks for future unemployment, reduced level of future earnings, loss of human capital, and so on. Business Europe said that employers were increasingly looking for digital skills along with a broader range of skills relevant to technology, science, technology, engineering, and math skills. In addition to a deficit of higher level ICT skills, the Center for European Studies spoke about the importance of a more basic level of digital literacy, which it said needs to become part and parcel of the education system. So, European Commission have some funding programs with youth unemployment, and in European countries we have quite good initiatives that help people to find jobs and acquire required skills. So why today we will have a discussion about youth employment and unemployment, and we have great possibility to share experience and show how maybe it works in your country and what could be used in other countries. And today we will try to solve these questions. How to motivate young people to choose ICT studies or start coding, how to ensure that all people have satisfactory digital skills, and third question would be, what are the digital tools that help to assess young people's skills and help them to enter to job market and maybe to get first job. So you can think about this, and if you are interested, we will meet during our discussion of employment. Thank you very much.